With the cost of living continuing to go up and many persons crying out over the high cost of electricity, food, school fees, and other necessities, the People's Patriotic Alliance says they are prepared to do something about it, and they have already targeted some areas that can be adjusted to bring it down. Speaking on Tuesday's episode of JTV's live talk show Spotlight, the PPA Territorial at-Large candidate Shana Smith said that the place to start is the recent cost of living report, in which several recommendations were made as to how the cost of living could be regulated. Smith said that implementing consumer protection regulations in order to mitigate prices would also be a way to approach the issue of high cost of living.
I think we need to start in terms of looking at the cost of living report that was done a few years back, and supposedly recommendations were made. From what I understand, there were some very good recommendations. I don't really know the specifics, but they're saying that at least if we start there, we need also things like consumer protection regulations in terms of, again, to mitigate prices. I don't think we're advocating for government to have a hands-on in terms of managing the economy, but we need to create certain forces that would create that the businesses, incentives to give the businesses to reduce price.
According to PPA Territorial at-Large candidate Natalia Wheatley, another contributor to the high cost of living is monopolies, and he made mention of shipping of produce into the VI, incurring additional costs due to insurance and freight charges. Wheatley said that competition can be one way to help lower costs in some areas.
Because we have the market, we need a mix of government regulation and market forces to get the right balance that we're looking for. We need more competition in shipping. Sometimes we need even to source goods from different markets, because sometimes the goods are coming from China, going to the United States, and they have to pay the insurance and freight and duty there, and then it's being shipped down here, and that's to additional cost. So if we could source our goods from the source market, where the goods are originating from, that will help. Tropical can't really have a monopoly here. That's not going to benefit us here. And regardless of what the price is in St. Thomas, if they had more competition here, I bet you the prices.
Reduce the price.
Also speaking on the matter of high cost of living was Territorial at-Large candidate Elton Carlwood, who said that government has a responsibility to negotiate better for its people.
If I am in a space and I'm given a letter telling me that next year I have to move out, not I have to move out, telling me that the next year I'm changing the rent to market value. When you find out what market value is, it's from $13 to $24 an hour. You can, per square foot, right? And when you move, because you can't afford it based on your accounts and your money's being made, you move, you realize a government office moved in there. Because our landlords know that I can get it rent for $24, $27 square foot because government is going to rent it. So government is partly responsible for the inflation in rent. Then we got the banks that are also responsible, because when First Bank and Banco Popular respectively have prime down at 4.2 or somewhere there, and in here in Tortola is 7 point something, and you go and you ask them the question why. It's the BVI. Why aren't we putting legislation to lower interest rates?
The PPA candidate said that government has a responsibility to ensure that the population knows what the issues are in the territory and what is being discussed, and make transparent to the public what steps government is taking to address those issues.